Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Fun Friday Ideas with me, Susan, your speech language pathologist. Today, we're going to continue talking about developing logical thinking skills through play. Last week, we covered the first 3 stages, which involve taking in our world as a sensory experience, attaching emotion to that sensory experience, and then learning some basic cause and effect in order to control that sensory emotional experience of the world. We can think about these stages first starting off with a newborn who is just learning to take in the environment and understand the sights, smells, and sounds around them. Once they start to take all of that in and have experiences, they start to attach emotions to whether they like or dislike these things. When mommy comes around, my tummy feels full and I like that full feeling in my tummy. So now I'm starting to attach that happiness to mom. Over time, the baby starts to learn that when I cry, mom appears and I get that happy feeling again. So now the baby's starting to cry to get mommy to appear, doing that cause and effect. The 4th stage, after we've started figuring out cause and effect on a basic 1-step level, we start realizing, hey, I can actually chain a few things together to meet a goal, to meet something, a purposeful action. We're starting to develop our pattern recognition skills a little bit better and sequencing more steps together. In doing this, this is making it so that way we can come up with a goal in our head, and now almost like backward thinking where we can come up with ways to meet that goal. This occurs around 18 to 24 months typically. This is when we start seeing our kids start asking for help because they need to get something and they know that those cookies are in the drawer over there, but they can't reach that drawer over there. Or maybe they're realizing, oh, if I pull this chair over, then I can climb up on the chair and I can reach the drawer, I can open the drawer, and the cookies are in the drawer. So chaining together all these steps into a sequence to get the goal of those cookies. Now, how do we get our kids from a single step of I cry, I get mommy, into a series of I ask for help, I bring the chair over, I climb up on the chair, I reach open the drawer, I reach into the drawer, and there are the cookies? How do we go from one step into this series of steps? Of course, it's through play. It's through modeling a goal. So with your child, come up with a goal for something. Hide their favorite toy in a drawer and see if instead of just saying help and pulling your hand over, oh no, I can't open the drawer, I don't know what to do. Start modeling different steps of, oh, it's stuck. Let's 1, 2, 3, pull harder and pop it open. Or maybe pull that chair over and within the safety environment of the safety of your home, try and see if you can get them to step up on there and reach in and grab it themselves. See how you can chain these things together into more than what used to be a single step. Break it down into more than one step. If it's something like hooking a swing up higher, see if you can, it needs to go up, up, up. So rather than just picking it, putting it up, where does it go? Up higher. So now we're breaking it down into more steps. The more steps we model for our children, the more they'll start to realize, oh, I can break these actions down into multiple steps. Get them into a play gym. Start having them climb on the monkey bars and then jump in the ball pit and then go down this slide. Sequence a series of patterns for them to put together. After they go down that slide, have them ring a bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, finish line. So again, we're chaining together a series of steps to meet a goal. The more you put steps into a problem or into reaching a target, the more you're developing that skill. And before we can get to true higher level logical thinking, we have to recognize patterns and be able to set up a series of patterns to meet that goal. Another thing that we start to see around 18 to 24 months is the very beginnings of pretend play. So before this 18 to 24 month period, the children were doing something called relational play, where we're just putting things together, putting it in, taking it out, opening it up, closing it down. Again, these single step actions of relating with a toy on a basic level. Nice tool type actions, but again, we're not building something with that hammer, we're just tapping with that hammer. This next stage starts to bring about functional play. So now we're not just tapping the hammer on the nail set, we're thinking about maybe building something with that hammer and nail. We're starting to do some very simple pretend actions with ourselves on this. So again, the tea set comes out and we're bringing some gentle, doing a little bit of tea with ourselves, the basics of a tea party. We're not bringing the stuffed animals over yet and having them join in on the tea party, but we're just having the tea party with ourselves. We're cooking in the play kitchen. We're doing very basic actions with the dollhouse. Again, that very first level of pretend play where it's just, there's no quite hidden meaning behind it yet, no symbolic actions, but the beginning, the skeleton is there. The basic beginnings are there. A lot of it is self-directed as well. So again, the tea party with yourself. The doctor's kit is another great way to work on this functional play where we break out our doctor's kit and you're sick. Oh, I need medicine. Oh no. So take turns with that doctor's kit on each other. Then what starts happening next is going to be our symbolic play and our pretend play. So now the stuffies come over for that doctor's visit, or the stuffies come over for that play set, or the cooking at the kitchen. Our teddy bear wants to have lunch too. Come on, teddy bear, come eat lunch. And we don't just feed teddy bear. No, teddy bear is eating now too. We start to understand in that fourth stage the use of ideas. We have a better concept in our mind. We start forming a better mental image in our mind of what these actions look like when they're not taking place. We start to understand experimentation, and I wonder what will happen if. That is a key component for our logical thinking skills, is that development of experimentation and wonderment. In order for that to happen, we have to have an idea in our head. We have to have symbolism in our head. We have to understand that something is able to represent something else, and that these things can change around sometimes. If we have a very static image in our brain, like we did when we were doing functional play before, where we were just having that starting beginnings of a pattern, that's where we can get stuck in a pattern and we start to be rigid. But next, when we develop that experimentation, we start to understand that things aren't always in that A, B, C, D order. Things can come out of that order. We can change that order. We start to understand this concept and even play with it to our advantage to get what we want. Our animals might come over and help us cook. So now we're not just the chef. Teddy Bear is the chef, and Teddy Bear is going to give Woody some food. And Buzz Lightyear's not feeling so good today, so he's going to go visit Dr. Teddy Bear. And we start to have, it's no longer ourselves in our play, it's our toys that are in the play. We're taking ourselves out of it a little bit, and we're putting our toys into it more, because our toys are representing who we are in this play. A lot of stuff right there, huh? So in order to develop continued logical thinking, we first need to, around 18 to 24 months, start to sequence those patterns together in order to meet a goal, that goal-oriented play. Another way I like to work on goal-oriented play is by having our vehicles do special deliveries around the city. So they're going to go around and they're going to stop at the school and drop off a package at the school, and then they're going to drop off a package at the fire station, and then the mail truck's going to go over to the recycling center and drop something off over there. Or maybe it's the school bus, and the school bus is going to go around and pick the kids up for school. So again, we have a pattern here. We have steps. We have a sequence that we're doing, 1, 2, 3, and then the kids get dropped off at school. That's going to be our pattern. That's going to be our series of events to get to a goal. Next, as we start to really try and challenge that pretend thinking and that symbolism, We want to really become the characters in that play and start stepping ourselves out of it. So now the bus is driving around, but maybe we're going to have another figure be the bus driver. It's not us that's the bus driver now. It's important that when you are taking yourself out of the play, that you really speak in the first person as the bus driver and give that bus driver a character. Maybe the bus driver, maybe he's grumpy today. So, oh, I'm a grumpy bus driver. I don't feel like driving this bus today. I'm going to go slow. So really add that emotion, add that color to it. And then figuring out how he's going to regulate himself to no longer be grumpy. Or maybe he's just grumpy and that's fun. And the more you include those emotions in your play and give those characters, the easier it's going to be for your child to understand those emotions themselves and process when they feel grumpy or when they feel mad or scared or sad or brave or hungry or whatever it might be. The more we challenge them with this in play, the more that when it happens in the school setting, they'll have those skills to regulate themselves in the moment. We can play with those negative emotions, and not everybody has to be happy again. Not every mad character has to be happy, and not every bad character has to say sorry. Sometimes our bad characters can just be the bad guys, and it's okay. All right, kind of got on a soapbox there. But anyway, the main part here is that we're bridging from single steps into multiple steps with pattern recognition. So we're going from relational, basic, in, out, open, up, down, close, play, to now we're understanding, oh, let me open the oven and put the pizza in the oven and then close the oven. So we're putting those relational steps into a functional sequence of actions. And then from that functional play, we start to develop that pretend play. So now Barbie is hungry. She wants a pizza. So she's going to go open the oven, put in the pizza, close the oven, turn it on. Ding, 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 ding. Oh no, it's hot, Barbie. Careful. It's hot, Barbie. Barbie's going to dig in anyway because she's so hungry. She's hangry. Anyway, that's the whole purpose of that. And that's going to help build our logical thinking skills later on. We're going to keep talking more about some higher level logical skills next week. Until then, let me know in the comments below what kind of pretend activities you guys are getting into this week. I would love to hear from you. All right. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.